Okay, sorry. Hi guys. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Sorry, I had to get myself together.
Hello.
We had notes and I needed to find them. All right. I'm Brittany. If I have never spoken to you in person, only through email, this is my face. And I have Shannon and Melody here as well. The reason for this call is that we just felt like we really needed to have a moment where we can talk to our adult talent about what's happening in our industry, expectations, how we're moving forward, what submissions look like, what callbacks look like, what we need from you. And at the end, if we have time, we will take questions. There's a chat box on the right side. If you want to type your questions as we're going, I'm going to mute everybody, so please don't try to talk in the middle of the meeting, but if you have a question that you want to ask and want to remember, just type it on the side and we will get to it when we can. The first thing I want to do, Catapult is doing this kind of gathering initiative where they just want agencies and the people that take class there to send them a quick video just showing solidarity and that we're all in this together and we're all happy or trying to stay healthy. And so we thought, well, we're going to already have all of our talent on this call. Why not just record them all waving at the camera or putting up a heart or blowing a kiss, whatever you want to do. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to make this really big on my screen. I need everybody on the count of 3. You're muted, so don't scream because we can't hear you. But just show some gesture of love and happiness. And you might see yourself on Catapult's website or Instagram in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. And cut. That was, look at that direction taking, Shannon. That was so good. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Shannon. We're going to have kind of bullet points. So again, if you have questions, write them in the chat box. If we don't get to your question, you can email us. You should have all of our emails. If not, we will get you the answer that you need. And I'm going to hand it over to Shannon Bell.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We are so excited that you guys are here. There's a lot of things we want to talk through, and we want to talk about what the new norm seems to be. We've had some auditions that's been going on, and it's different. Like, it's just not how you guys are used to doing them, that we're used to doing them. And so we want to kind of talk through some mistakes that we've seen. And if we call it your mistake, we're not calling your name. Just know that we realize we haven't talked about it. So we're going to just do it as a group and talk through it. And what does a callback look like? Because we just did a Zoom callback on Friday, and we're, just how it looks like it's going to be at least for the next several months until we really do find where that new norm is going to be. I mean, we could be doing this for a while. Those of you that are doing TV and film and you are either with Melody with Play, or you're with Ursula Wiedemann, or maybe you're even with somebody else, I don't know. But if you're with us and our partners, you've been taping for a long time. So you've gotten good at it. So some of this will be a review to you. Some of it we just might need to hit on. And the rest of you that are mainly with us for print and commercials, you have always gone into Stillwell or Big Picture or whatever it is, and you've never really had to get good at self-taping. And it's really going to become extremely important. So we're going to talk through some of that this morning. Not morning, it's afternoon. It's actually almost evening. It went really well this morning. It was so fun to see everybody's faces. And so we were talking about trying to come up with a time that we could do a Zoom cocktail hour, where this time you guys are hearing from us and things that we need to get across to you. But it would be really fun to do something where we could get together and maybe pick 2 nights so we can kind of split it up and make it where we can hear from y'all over a glass of wine. Just tell me what's going on, because we definitely miss seeing your faces and have missed talking to you and texting and all that we do. All right, so a couple things I want to talk about, and most of you know this, but because you're going to be taping from home on your cell phone, if you have a camera, awesome, but if you don't, you're going to be using your phone. What you want to make sure you do is you don't, right now the way I'm doing Zoom on my phone, I have to be vertical, not horizontal, but when you're taping, you need to be horizontal. And the reason for that is when it shows up on a client's computer screen, it fills up the whole computer screen. If you're vertical, you're only taking up 1/3 of the computer screen. So you want the whole thing in there. You need the cropping, just a little above the head and a little below the breast. So that's kind of your cropping. On our website, if you go to thebellagency.biz, there under resource, there's a thing called self-tape, and there's lots of information on self-taping. You should go there and check it out if you haven't done that already. The background is really important. I know a lot of you guys know this stuff, but we have to reiterate it. This is a simple wall. I actually have, and I'm going to show you what I purchased. Let me take my phone and flip it around. But I have this ring light. The little ring light, my phone fits right in it. And it kind of makes it easy for Zoom calls, for self-tapes. And it was literally $20 maybe not even that. Might have been more like 15. So it was a good little, at the most, something to hold my phone. You want to make sure that you're never somebody's holding your phone while you're self-taping. It really needs to be on a tripod, or at least if you're having to stack it up and put it on stuff so that it's propped, you want to make sure that you're actually propping it. So some sort of tripod is definitely needed. So at times they ask for a full body pan. What people want to do is take their camera and do this and this. I have my dog sitting on my lap. Do I want to say hi to Addie? Anyway, so you want, my husband just came home, so he's all excited. So you want to not pan like this. You're actually going to want to pan out and then come back when they ask for a full body pan. One of the things it's going to do is, like, you're going to make a little perfect wall area that maybe you've even taken a picture off the wall to make it work. And then when you pan out, you're going to see more than what you necessarily want people to see, but that's okay. Like, they know, and then you're going to come back and the whole focus is really just you. Melody's going to talk a little bit about the acting and being that tight, but I really just wanted to talk about how tight it's actually going to be. And then a couple of things that we're really struggling with, and so the reason why we want to talk through it is, if you are self-taping and you don't have a computer, we need to know. So let me know if you need to self-tape and you're like, I don't have a computer I can put on my phone, I need help. But if you have a computer, which I am assuming is 99% of you, I need for you to learn how to label your videos or photos or whatever. And if you operate on a Mac, it's really easy. You put it on your desktop and you click on the name underneath it, and then you label it. And it should be first name _, last name _ project, unless we ask you to label it a different way. Okay. So labeling is really, really important. If you're on a PC, I can't tell you how to do it, but I know someone who can, and his name is Google. They have all of the answers. So Google it, you can figure it out. The other thing we really, really, nobody wants in this industry for you to send videos, photos, or anything in Dropbox or in any other thing except for WeTransfer. WeTransfer is free. So you need to learn how to do it. Don't wait till the day of a job for you to be like, I don't know how to, what was that website you talked about? Know how it works. It literally, it says drop it like it's hot. If you're on a Mac, you grab it and then you drop it and then you put in the email address of who you're sending it to. So it's really, really easy. So take your time, learn now while there's not a lot going on, how to label properly and how to label your videos and your photos, and then how to send them to us in a way that we're able to use it. And the cool thing is too, it lets you know that we've got it. Like if several days have gone by and you're like, it hasn't been downloaded, because you get an alert telling you that it's been downloaded. So if you haven't gotten that alert, it lets you know to follow back up with us so that we can do that. Yeah, and if you don't have a computer, make sure you let us know. All right, so this is kind of the way the audition's going, is they're going to give you exactly what they're looking for, and what your action is. And then you're going to tape it. You're going to send it to us, label it properly, and then you're going to send it to us. I'm going to turn it over to Brittany to talk about how the callbacks have been going.
Okay, can everybody see me? Can you hear me? Thumbs up? Okay, great. So as far as Zoom and auditions and callbacks, the way it is going right now is we submit per usual. The talent or the casting director will get back to us and say, here's who we need to see. I need this on tape. You'll tape yourself in your house doing what they ask you to do, with the instructions that Shannon just pretty much gave, with your setting up your camera, making sure your lighting is right, and making sure you can be heard. And then the next step after that is they come back and say, we have a callback. And if you've ever been to Stillwell or wherever, Drama Inc., same thing. We just had one on Friday, and Brian from Stillwell was the casting director. He opened the Zoom. He introduced the production, the people who were there for the callback, and he muted himself and he sat back and let them run the callback. It's the same exact thing. Like, nothing was different than you being in the room, except for you're in front of your computer in your bedroom. A couple of notes, and I'm only saying this because we've had some people make these mistakes. And so, like Shannon said, we haven't spoken about it. So now is the time. And if you have any questions, write them in the chat box for me. You want to make sure you are dressed the same way you would be dressed as if you were walking into Stillwell, into Drama Inc., wherever you're going. I know we're at home, everyone's party up top, or business at top, party on the bottom. Don't do that for a callback, because they might ask you to stand up. In the callback on Friday, they asked our talent to stand up. And if you had on sweatpants on the bottom and a collar shirt up top, you look silly. So make sure you are dressed the way that you would have been dressed to walk in the room. Same first impression that you always want to give. Make sure you make note of anything you might need in the audition. If there's a prop, this said audition on Friday, you were supposed to have yogurt. You needed to make sure you have your yogurt in your bowl and your spoon. Just be prepared in the same exact manner that you would be prepared on a regular day if you were going into the casting office. Iron your clothes. I know the list of things I'm about to say is going to sound silly, but we have had these mistakes happen in the last month, so they need to be talked about. Make sure your clothes are clean. Make sure you are groomed men. I know we have like quarantine hair and beards and all those things. Great, do your thing. But if you have a callback or an audition, you have to groom yourself. It must be done. Ladies, put on some concealer and some mascara, a little bit of blush, bada bada boom, you're good. But do not roll out of bed and think, oh, I'm just hopping on a Zoom, it's an audition. And they want to see you in your best light. Make sure you're wearing bright, complementary colors, as always. You know, you don't want to just be in a sweatpants or something like that. We've had anyone we have auditioned with, they said in the notes, no sweatpants, no pajamas, because they know everyone's kind of in this mode of quarantine and relaxing. You, as a Bell Agency talent, will show them that you know better than to show up to an audition, in Zoom or not, in your pajamas. I think we can do that. Hair, facial hair on your head should be the way it is in your headshot. That's standard always, all the time, but even now when our hair is getting longer, or maybe we gave ourselves a quarantine haircut, if you have changed anything about your look, you cut bangs, you cut your hair super short, you put in extensions, you grew a beard, we need to know. Because as your agent, it makes us look awful if we submit you with the headshot that we have, and then you send in a tape and you look like a completely different human being. You should always look like your headshot. I can't even explain how important that is, especially in an industry where your face is your selling point. So if you don't look like your headshot right now, we need to know. And you need to shoot us an email, and we need to talk about how we can fix it, how we can get updated photos, or maybe we need to put you on hold and wait till we get those updated photos. So just make sure, you know, if you have a hair change, ladies, we need to know. If you're struggling with your hair, let us know. We can talk about it. I don't know. I know everyone's in different situations right now. But just make sure you look like your headshot. Digitals. We have a lot of casting agents asking for digitals right now. You guys, a digital is not a professional photo. It is not your professional headshots. It is not the photos we have on our website. Anyone can go on the website and get our photos. If someone's asking for digitals, they want to see you in real time. They want to see what you look like today, right now. You put on a nice outfit. You put on a little bit of makeup, you brushed your hair, you opened the window, you got in front of some light, you took your iPhone and you took a photo. That is a digital. Stop sending us digitals that are not digitals, please. Thank you. It makes it so much harder, and it's just such a quick way for the client to see what you look like right now. And if we have to go back and say, nope, I didn't ask for your headshot, I asked for a digital, it's also really beneficial if you just go ahead and take some digitals, some stock digitals of yourself, put on a pair of jeans, a nice top, and go ahead and get some digitals. Keep them on your desktop, keep them on your phone. So anytime you get a text or an email and we ask you for digitals, you have them right away. You can get them right to us, and we don't have to wait for you to take them, and you don't have to frantically get them together. Just have them. The same with hand photos. Hand photos are so important, you guys. You might think it's the silliest thing, like, why do they want to see my hands? They want to make sure you have all of your fingers. They want to make sure you don't have your hands tatted out like a rock star. They want to make sure you have commercial-friendly hands. Please do not send us photos like this or like this, because they also want to see your face. So either send us with your hands facing frontwards and backwards, or put your hands down on a table flat and have somebody take the photos up above you. They want to see your hands, okay? Don't do anything silly like this or anything like that. And that's another thing. Take stock photos and keep those on hand. Unless your hands are changing all the time, unless you go and get a tattoo. Danny Akers takes amazing hand photos. Some of our talent have professional photos and that he's taken already. And we use those every time we have anything that's asking for hands. So that's another thing you should just go ahead and have on hand, ready to go, because we get them all the time. And right now they're really asking for them because they're not seeing you in person to see if you have all of your fingers, which is such a silly thing to say, but it is just the nature of our business. The last thing I wanted to touch on was 800 Casting, Casting Networks, and Portfolio Pad. Because we have so much downtime right now, you guys, the best thing you can be doing is making sure your photos are up to date, your sizes are up to date, your measurements are up to date. I cannot explain to you how hard it is for us as a team to have to text and call and pester people for stuff that you should have in the system, and avoids us bothering you in the middle of your day with your children or working. If you make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, we don't have to pester you in the way that sometimes we do. And we don't like to do it, but it's like, we're trying to get you a job. So put your suit jacket size in there, put your shoe size, your waist size, your bust size, your shirt size, everything that is under stats and Portfolio Pad needs to be filled out. Every single thing. The same for Casting Networks and 800 Casting. 800 Casting is the only thing that you have to pay for. It's a $50 subscription for the year. It's an annual thing. You pay $50. You can upload your photos. You fill in the resume. Like, they pretty much do it for you. You just answer the questions and they build your resume for you. Very easy. That needs to be up to date. You need to have a headshot. That needs to be your leading photo on 800 Casting. Is a headshot, not a 3/4 or full body. Needs to be a headshot, because what happens is clients go in there and they just swipe through. They swipe through, and if they, like, your picture's too far away, they're going to ignore you. They won't click to find the picture they want. They're going to ignore you. They need to see you up close and personal as soon as they get on your profile. Casting Networks is free for the first 2 photo uploads. Once you, like, say you upload 2 photos now and then next year you have 2 more photos, it's $15 per photo after that. But we don't ask you to have any more than really 1 solid headshot, and you can do 2 if you want. That's all we ask, and make sure you have a updated resume that's relevant and professional, and that's it. And especially in these times, we're getting so many castings through those 2 that you want to make sure that your profiles look the way they are supposed to look, and that they're up to date. And all of this is for you. It's for you. It's how we get you the jobs that we want to get you. It's not like we just want to tell you what to do. It's for you. So it's super important. Commercial headshots are what, if you're with the Bell Agency for commercial and print, you need to have commercial headshots. It should be a smiling with your teeth. You don't want to hide your teeth. When you smile like this, they think you're hiding something. Like a casting director's like, oh, that they're hiding. I don't know what's up with that. They're hiding something. It's commercial friendly, smiling, show your teeth, be happy, and then you can put your theatrical non-smiling behind it. Good question, Ivy. So just make sure that those are up to date. If you need photos updated, Jasmine, our intern, is off right now because of everything that's going on. So if you have anything portfolio pad related, send it to me. I will do it for you. We can talk through it. If you need to update your resume, you guys can't delete anything. You should, most of you know that. You can't delete anything on portfolio pad. We have to do everything for you. I'm happy to look through photos. I'm happy to talk through images. If you need images taken, now is the time. If you feel safe enough, Danny and many other photographers are running great specials right now, y'all. Take advantage. I'm here to help with styling. You can text me photos. There's probably tons of people on this call who can raise their hand and tell you I've helped them get their photos together, their images together. So if there's anything on Portfolio Pad, 800 Casting or Casting Networks you have questions about, please do not hesitate to email me. And that is all I have. I'm going to hand it over to Melody so that we have enough time to get to the questions. So many questions on the side. All right, Melody, hold on. I'm going to unmute you. Oh, you're already unmuted. I'm going to pin you. Okay. I'm muting myself. Bye.
Bye. All right, can everyone hear me? We good? Yeah? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet so that we can get to any questions that we have. This is going to kind of be just a review for anyone who's done TV and film and done a lot of self-tapes. With everything going on, everything is transitioning over to self-tapes, and the auditions are going to be done through Zoom, like Brittany was saying, and self-tapes, that type of thing. So just a couple of notes for people who are more commercial and print rather than TV and film side. Make sure that when you're looking during a commercial, there should be notes in how to self-tape for that. And sometimes it's a little different. Most of the time you're going to be looking directly into the camera when you're delivering lines for a commercial. And then for TV and film auditions, it's going to be to the left or to the right of the camera. You know, some people are quarantining and they don't have anyone with them to self-tape and read for their auditions. So what you can do is a lot of acting coaches are at this point doing Zoom or FaceTime, and you can put them up on your phone on the side and then have the camera set up right in front of you, and you can read lines with them. You can also, if you come to drastic measures, you can record the opposite lines into your phone on, what is it called, voice memo, and record the lines and then just bounce back and forth off of that. And that would be a last resort, I would say. But if you come to that, you can do that as an option as well. Make sure that you don't tape your lines beneath your camera. I know that a lot of times we have quick turnarounds, especially in the commercial side of things. But it's very important that you memorize, because when you're looking beneath, it gets a little cross-eyed. So that's not the goal. So make sure that you have memorized your lines. It can be difficult, especially with short turnarounds. If you have to have your lines, print them out and then have them in your hand, hold them right below the camera. And before you deliver your lines, look down, grab your line, and then look back up and deliver it. That way you're not being cut off from the camera. And they can still see your reactions and your facial expressions and whatnot. And then kind of to wrap it up, you know, things are changing as we're learning more about what's going on with the pandemic, and as states are starting to open up and whatnot. Just make sure that you are reading the directions in your emails, because I'm sure they're going to be changing here as we go into the new norm of what it looks like to be on set and what it looks like to audition. So just work with us and be patient with casting and be patient with your agents. It's new for everyone. And to close it out, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm going to give it back to Brittany, and she's going to help with the Q&A if we have some questions.
Yeah. So right now we have so many clients emailing us and asking, where's your talent at? How are they feeling? Do you think they're ready to get back to work? And it feels like we're on a slow but steady pace to get back to work. Probably in June. I sent out an email a week or two ago asking if you were not comfortable being submitted. We completely understand and respect it, but we just need to know. And it had a link for you to fill out a form. So if you are one of those people, please fill out that form, because we don't want to make the mistake of submitting you and you're not ready. We have no problem with it. You won't be penalized for it. We respect it. We understand it. There was another thing I was going to say. Oh, nope, lost it. But to the questions on the side, if you have questions, you guys write them. Ivy, you can name your files on your phone, but when they get sent to us, they go right back to the way that they were. They don't convert over to the computer. So, and I had to learn that. Like, I would name my files on my phone and then I send it to Shannon and she's like, you didn't label this. You have to label it through a computer. You cannot label on a phone. There is no way it works. I don't know why. We've had tons of people try it. It just is not a thing. So just be aware of that. I see somebody gave you Danny Akers' information. Desiree, we're going to send up a follow-up email that has all this information, examples of photos, digitals, hand photos, and all that stuff with Danny and any other photographer who's having some specials right now, their information. As far as precautions, Jacqueline, yeah, now I remember, thank you, Jacqueline, you triggered that. Every single client that has reached out to us so far, their emails come with notes about their precautions and what they're doing to keep a safe environment and a safe set environment. So with every email we send out, you will always see at the bottom what they are doing to ensure everyone's safe and healthy. They have pretty much, you're going to show up in a mask and not take your mask off until it's time to shoot, or get in hair and makeup. Hair and makeup will have on masks. Everyone is, everything's going to be sterilized and cleaned. And if you decide when we send out a job, like, hey, I don't want to be submitted, just say that. That's totally fine. Like, if you want to do it on a case-by-case basis, like you see an email and you feel like, okay, I feel that's safe, fine, let us know. The other thing that people had questions about was unemployment. And I know that if you book a job right now, you might not want that to jeopardize what you have going on with unemployment. Just let us know. We'll hold your checks until your unemployment is done. Then you can let us know, like, my unemployment is finished, I'm ready to receive my payments. Most jobs right now have already told us they have a slower turnaround rate in paying the normal 30 to 45 or 60 days. So it shouldn't be a problem. But if that is you and you're on unemployment right now, we do not want to jeopardize that for anybody. Just let us know. And Shannon, do you have anything else? I think that's all I can remember.
I can't see the questions. Are there any questions we're missing? You got them.
We only submit ourselves.
No, I think the biggest thing I want, oh, you see some?
Go ahead, I'll do it in a second.
Okay. The biggest thing I want you guys to know is we want to make sure everybody's safe also. But if you feel like you've got some underlying issues, you've got, we actually have one of our actors, his wife is very pregnant, so he's not taking any work right now. I mean, we get it, and we want to be there to support you, so please know that. And you just need to communicate with us that where you stand, what you want to do.
And same if you, like, Jackie, I think you just asked if you are okay with being submitted and you're not okay with your children being submitted, that's fine. Just write whoever you need to on that form so that we know, no matter their age, you are not ready for them to be submitted. That is totally fine. Taping is, I can't speak for like taping places. I don't know if they're open right now. I don't think that they are, like acting studios. I don't think they are, but every job we've gotten so far, they are 100% talking about taping at home on your cell phone. They are not requiring professional settings. They understand the situation. They're not like hounding anyone about lighting or sound, which you need to be aware of, but it doesn't need to be professional grade because everyone understands the situation. We have not received an email yet that has required anyone to submit a professional tape. I think, like Shannon and Melly said, some people may have a professional setup in their home because they tape all the time. If you don't, your biggest ally is going to be natural light. Get in front of a window, prop your phone horizontally, and get the natural light in front of you. You don't want it to be behind you. You want it to be in front of you so that you have all the light that you need. But there is no need to feel like you need to go out to Catapult or anywhere else and actually tape yourself. We want everyone to be as safe as possible. We would never even take a job that we felt wasn't safe for you guys, because we have children and we have families that we really care about as well, and there's no amount of money worth risking that. So Okay, any more questions? We are down to like 7 minutes. So if you have any questions, now is the time. If you think of something later, you can email us. Am I doing any lifestyle shoots? I'm not sure how to answer that. Photographer. Oh, I am not a photographer, but I am flattered that you think I am. No, I don't. I only teach workshops. Danny is shooting, you guys. Danny is shooting. He has been quarantined by himself. He hasn't even seen his kids. So I can attest to you that he is completely healthy and willing to shoot. I know Eric Langley just had a newborn, so I'm not sure how he's feeling on that. You're more than welcome to reach out to him. Productions, not taping services. We haven't had, to answer Thea's question she just sent in, we have not had anyone go to set yet. We have had jobs where they filmed in their homes, like on their cell phone, and submitted to the client, and they use that. Starting in June, we do have some people who are booked to go to set in a very safe and precautious way. And for our kids right now, a lot of our clients are looking to book parents, real parents with their kids, to keep it even safer, so they're not exposing models or kids to models in that way. So that I hope I answered both of those questions properly. Sorry, Thea, I misunderstood, but I think I answered it now. Yes, okay, so I will make sure that in the follow-up email that'll go out tomorrow, we'll list the photographers that we know that are shooting. If you have any questions or you need suggestions, or you feel like maybe it's time for me to shoot, or you change something. Oh, also, you guys, if you're going outside and tanning and getting really brown or really burnt, please tell us, because someone submitted some photos the other day and they were as red as a lobster, and we couldn't send them. So like, these are the things we need to know. It's okay, get your tan on, but like, we need to know if you do not look the way you are presenting yourself on our website. It's so important. Where is he shooting the photos at this time? Is it at the agency? Danny shoots outside for adults mostly. I think sometimes he may shoot in the studio. If he shoots outside, it's at his residential building. He has a nice like rooftop situation that he shoots in. So, you know, you can discuss that with him more. But we prefer our adults to shoot outside for lifestyle and commercial work. It gets a little cheesy inside in the studio. There you go. There's some more suggestions for you. If you are going to shoot, you know already, if it's not someone we recommend, we just ask that you show us their work. So we're making sure your investment is something we can use. We hate for anybody to spend money on something that we can't utilize. Salon is closed. No, don't ever put a wig on. Oh my gosh. Oh, Amari, I love you for this question. All right, listen. Girls, ladies, my melanated sisters, listen to me. Do not put a wig on your head for any reason. It's not necessary. Pull it back into a bun before you put on a wig. Do a twist out, do a braid out. There are so many options other than a wig. It makes you look more mature if you're not. It comes off fake because it is. There just is no reason for you to. And if you have any other hair questions, you have my number, text me. If you have my email me and I will help you. I promise. Do not put a wig on your head. If you have extensions like clip-ins, those are great. But just make sure you're looking the way you look in your headshots. We got some more suggestions coming up for tan. There we go. Yeah, we've had some submissions where hair is kind of an issue, and we just can't send it in. And it's an uncomfortable conversation to have, but it's the truth. If you don't look the way that you are presenting yourself on our website, we will not submit that because it's not a representation of us. So just make sure, you know, I know times are hard, trust me. I know I've been in every protective style from Bantu knots to braids, but when the time comes, you just have to do what you have to do.
And same for men. Your hair's getting long. I mean, we just had to cut like a little mullet off of my husband's hair last night. He was starting to do that little flip out. And somebody, I mean, man buns are really hard to market. So I know your hair's getting long. See who you can find that can give you a little cleanup. It really will make a difference.
Makes all the world. I think we're down to 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Are there any other questions, comments, concerns?
Well, it's so good to see your faces. We'll try to do something in the next few weeks where we can actually have a cocktail hour where we can sit and we can hear from you what's going on in your world, and it'll give you all a chance to get to know each other. You know, I love doing those things, and you might not drink wine, but your agents do. So you can pull up your LaCroix then. But we miss you and can't wait to like get back full force into what we're doing. So I can't see the questions because I don't have my glasses, so stop me if something comes up, Brittany.
No, all in for the cocktail hour and saying thank you.
I love that.
Brittany Fleet did just send me a link for a ring light. Desiree, I will add that in the email as well. She said it's great. It has a self clicker and everything. So I'll send that.
And there's a couple of things that we can send you that's Amazon. Nothing's expensive. You need you to be able to do what you do and take the pressure off of having to do it at home. So if you've got some of the equipment that's not that expensive, it'll make your life so much easier. All right, we love you. We can't wait to see you. Hopefully we can do this in person sometime soon. But y'all have a great evening, and any questions you have, send us an email.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, Brittany. Thank you, dear.
Bye, you're welcome. Bye, Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Bye.